Okay, we're all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Aaron. Will the meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission for Wednesday, November 18th, 2020, please come to order. Our procedures are as follows. 1, when you first enter the meeting, you will be in the virtual waiting room until the meeting host admits you. 2, be aware that your camera, if you have one, and your microphone will be muted by the meeting host when you enter the meeting. You can turn on your camera at any time so you can be seen by others if you choose. In order to run an efficient and orderly meeting in the new virtual environment, unless otherwise stated by the meeting chairman during the meeting host will keep everyone other than the commission members muted. You will still be able to hear everything said by the commission members, even if you are muted and or your camera is not on. There will be the opportunity for public comment during the public hearings, at which time public participants will be unmuted. 3, the secretary will read the legal call of the meeting as published according to Governor Lamont's Executive Order 7B. 4, during the public hearing, the applicant will be invited to present the application, explaining to the commission and others present what is being requested. The meeting host will share all related documents on the screen as needed. In addition, all applications and supporting materials for each application on the agenda are available through the public meeting calendar page of the town website, www.ci.guilford.ct.us, and also through a direct link on the Planning and Zoning page. 5, comments of town agencies will be read for each application if there are any. There will be clarifying questions from commissioners. 6, there will then be the opportunity for clarifying questions from the audience. Please raise your hand and you will be recognized. The applicant will then, 7, the applicant will then have the opportunity to address any questions or concerns raised by the public or commissioners. 8, once the public hearing is closed, the applicant is free to leave or remain for the balance of the public hearing and regular meeting, during which the commission will try and reach a decision on each application. Each applicant will be notified in writing as to the decision of this commission and has the right to appeal to Superior Court if desired. 9, decisions of this meeting are available the day after the meeting by calling the Planning and Zoning Department at 203-453-8039 or by emailing planning.zoning@ci.guilford.ct.us after 9 a.m. 10, all actions tonight taken by this commission will be on a roll call vote. All commissioners and staff will identify themselves for the record before speaking. Seated this evening are the following members. Here we go. Scott Edmond is, thank you. Alan Brown, looking much better tonight. Jamie Stein, thank you. Richard Wallace. Bill Freeman.
Here.
I'm Phil Johnson and Frank DeAndrea.
And Sean Cosgrove is joining us as well.
And Sean Cosgrove is here as well.
Yes.
Hey, Sean. All right, then. Hold on. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Jamie, that makes you, actually, Bill, it makes you the alternate and Jamie you're seated. Okay?
Thank you.
Sorry, alternate. Good. The staff present are George Kroll, our town planner, Aaron Mannix, zoning enforcement officer, and Lisa Piombino, planning and zoning administrative assistant. This meeting will be recorded via the Zoom platform and made available on the town website for viewing. Actually, I think it's on GCTV, isn't it?
Yes. Well, it's
Yes.
YouTube, I think.
Okay.
It eventually comes through.
So it'll be on,
GCTV.
I believe it's on GCTV, so I'll correct that for the future. The secretary will now read the legal notice. As the secretary is not here, I would ask that Richard Wallace, our vice chair, please read the legal notice.
Okay, thank you. Notice is hereby given that the Guilford Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing on November 18th, 2020. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this meeting will be conducted through a web and phone meeting only. Attendees are advised not to go to the regular community center location because a physical meeting will not take place. See the below Zoom information. Meeting ID is 963-7436-2042 with a passcode of 261435. The following applications will be heard. J.J. Sullivan Incorporated, 229 River Street, map 39, lot 12, zone C4, site plan and coastal area management, coastal site plan application to construct a 6 by 36-foot canopy over existing fueling stanchion. Kristen and Mike Song, 1250 Long Hill Road, map 84, lot 10B, zone R5, special permit per section 273-16C and 273-242B subsections 1E and 3 to allow nonprofit, philanthropic, and agricultural facility of a horse rescue, Ethan Miller Song Sanctuary. Copies of these applications are available for inspection in the Planning and Zoning Office on the town's website, www.ci.guilford.ct.us. At this hearing, persons may attend by either phone or web connections and shall be heard. Pursuant to the Governor's Executive Order 7B, any materials relevant to matters on the agenda, including but not limited to materials related to the specific applications, if applicable, shall be submitted to the agency a minimum of 24 hours prior and posted to the agency's website for public inspection prior to, during, and after the meeting. And any exhibits to be submitted by members of the public shall, to the extent feasible, be submitted to the agency a minimum of 24 hours prior to the meeting and posted to the agency's website for public inspection prior to, during, and after the meeting. All written correspondence shall be submitted to planning.zoning@ci.guilford.ct.us. Documents are available at the Planning and Zoning Office. Dial 203-453-8039 for assistance. In accordance with the Governor's Executive Order 71, this legal notice is being published on the Town of Guilford website, www.ci.guilford.ct.us. Dated at Guilford, Connecticut, this 3rd day of November, 2020. Phil Johnson, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Richard. The first item on our agenda
JJ.
is JJ Sullivan Inc., 229 River Street, map 39, lot 12, zone C4, site plan and coastal site plan application to construct 6-foot by 36-foot canopy over existing fueling stanchion. Is anybody, are we just gonna open and continue, or do they want to?
Correct. At the applicant's request, has not been the full 35 days to allow for the state to comment on this CAM application. And since we haven't received comments yet, and they will be forthcoming, the applicant has asked that you open and continue the public hearing to the December 2nd meeting.
Very good. Will the commissioner please like to make that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you very much. I'll call the vote. Scott Edmund,
Yes.
Alan Brown,
Yeah.
Jamie Stein,
Yes.
Richard Wallace,
Yes.
Frank DeAndrea,
Yes.
Sean Cosgrove,
Yes.
and I will also vote yes. We will continue this to December 2nd. So next order of business is Kristen and Mike Song, 1250 Long Hill Road, map 84, lot 10B, zone R5, special permit per section 273-16C and 273-242B, 1E3 to allow for nonprofit, philanthropic, yes, and agricultural facility of a horse rescue, quote, Ethan Miller Song Sanctuary, unquote. Mike, I saw you here earlier. Are you ready?
We're here.
All right. I like the mic.
So I can give a brief introduction, Mike, and then you can give a little more details as to the use. This is a special permit use to allow a nonprofit facility in a residential zone. This special permit was sort of designed to accommodate all of the proposed uses that the Songs have for this property. It is a horse farm. They're seeking to have an apartment as a barn manager type apartment where somebody could be on the property separate from the single family house, as the Songs do not live on this property. So they wouldn't really fall under an accessory apartment use. And having this sanctuary, the animal sanctuary, which they can detail further, involves an increased number of animals on the property as what would normally be allowed in the residential zone per acre. So that's essentially where the two special permits are coming in, one for number of animals, and the second would be for this apartment and the overall nonprofit use. And so we've worked with them. We do have a site plan I can share if anybody is not familiar with this site. And then Kristen and Mike, maybe you can detail how you have met with the Agricultural Commission. First, a little description of what you're going to use the property for, and then how you're going to manage the animals as well.
Sure. Do you want to speak to that, or you want?
Sure. So this property has been in use since 1980, and it's always accommodated 7 horses. So when I bought the property, I just assumed that I could accommodate 7 horses. And so the rescue it's not really a sanctuary because we're not going to keep animals for life. I wanted it to be called a sanctuary because these are horses that are coming from neglected and abused situations. And we also want to kind of partner them up with people who have been traumatized and kind of bring the two together to heal. And so that's kind of been my vision of what the property can be like. So the horses will be taken in, we rehab them, we train them, we adopt them out. If another case comes up, we take another horse or pony in and kind of do the same thing. So the maximum amount of horses we would have on the property is 7. And we have 3 rescue goats. 2 are 12 and 1 is 1 years old. So that's really old for goats. So we don't foresee having really any more animals on the property. And it's for 30 years, it's maintained that many animals. So we don't think it's going to be an issue at all. And then it's really important to have eyes on the animals because they are kind of in a neglected state. So they have certain diets. We had a horse that came in, and there's a scale from 1 to 6, and Tito was basically 1.5, 2, which is 1 is death. So it's really important to be able to, kind of make sure that all the animals are safe, and none of them are colicking or, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention 1 or 2 other things too, is that folks aren't just coming onto the property. They have to come by an appointment. There is not any kind of like event schedule or anything like that where we're going to have a lot of people on there on multiple occasions. We did think it would be nice to, after the COVID crisis winds down, to do some type of opening, and perhaps do some fundraising for the site. But that would be a one-time thing. There's a lot of parking that you can access because one of the upper paddocks is perfect for a overflow parking, area. So those people would never be parking on the street. We would be really adamant about that. I don't think it would be safe. We feel really strongly about that. We're adding a handicap parking space, which we have designated because we think that's really important as well. I think that what I just really have enjoyed watching Kristen and her many volunteers do on there is to take a property that was kind of getting run down, and we had to do a lot of repair work on that barn and really paint it and make it look nice, and the fences were kind of falling apart. So there's been hundreds of hours that have gone in from volunteers to make the property solid, to keep those paddocks secure. And it seems like every week we get a little bit more done to make it a better, safer facility. So we're just really excited about it. And last weekend I had a mom who had lost her son to a sort of a combination of the opioid crisis and a gun issue. And she was, she had contacted me through social media, And I said, you know what? Why don't you just come down and visit us on a Saturday for spend an hour? Just pet the horses. We're not looking for you to do it, any project or anything like that. So her and her husband came down, and I guess tell you it was just really magical to see how once you start interacting with a horse, they're smiling, they're laughing, they're telling stories about their son, and that's the kind of healing kind of vision that I think Kristen had for the location, and we're starting to see it really happen. But we just want to emphasize it's going to be on a very limited basis as far as folks coming in.
Thank you. I think to tie into that, you had talked about like a one-on-one equine therapy sessions that could occur, by invitation, by appointment on the farm. And then also you touched on a potential fundraising. And so as the Song Sanctuary is nonprofit, I'm not sure if you mentioned this, the actual organization who manages all of the animals is called All the King's Horses, and they're located out of North Branford. They're also a nonprofit, and they manage all of the animals, and are on the property free of charge, is my understanding. So any fundraising goes also for the care of the animals. And that at times can include activities such as a yoga class, periodically. And we had discussed a little bit with the health department as far as septic availability, and I think if you were ever what came out of that is if there was ever going to be an event of that nature, a class, 10, 15 people, that a portable restroom would be dropped on the site to accommodate any guests. And I can share the site plan as well, so that the commission can see here what the property is. Can you see this here? This is Long Hill Road. Just to reiterate what Mike had said, this is the driveway entrance. It's an existing circular drive, and there's a paved area here. This first parking space would be designated as the ADA compliant space. And there happens to be a gate right in front of this parking area. So if they did have an event, this flat paddock here could accommodate additional parking, overflow parking for an event, to avoid any vehicles on the road. The accessory apartment, that would be technically not an accessory apartment, but it would be the barn manager's apartment is located over the garage. And this is an existing paved driveway. This is the existing barn that has 7 stalls in it. And then I believe it's right in this area here is where the goats are kept. And then this is the riding ring here, and then some different paddocks as well. And all this portion, this open pasture, there's a pond here, and then this butts up to Bishop's. And so Bishop's owns a strip adjacent to the property and all behind. I did conduct a site visit out there with Kristen to walk the site and see the condition. In addition, as part of this, the Agricultural Commission did meet with Kristen and Mary. I'm sorry, I can't recall Mary's last name, Kristen.
Santanaga.
Yeah, Santanaga.
Santanaga.
Mary Santanaga.
Thank you, of All the King's Horses. And she discussed what the management plan would be for the animals and manure and things like that. And we do have some correspondence from the Ag Commission that we can submit into the record for that. Just to this little star area here, there is a ground sign that is proposed, that is existing actually now. We would just confirm that that meets the minimum setback from the front property line. And if it had to slide back a foot or so, I think that can be accommodated as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Aaron, what is the regulation within the code for number of horses allowed?
It would be 1 per acre. And so this property is what, over 4 acres, 6 acres? What do I have here?
Yeah, it's 5.5 or something like that.
Okay, so then as of right, you would be allowed to have 5.5 horses. Excuse me.
That's
Just
5
5.
horses and a pony. Okay.
It's been a long
Quarter horse.
day. It's terrible. I'm sorry. Yes, and so our regulations do allow for additional animals via special permit as well, with the recommendations from the Ag Commission. So that's the course we took on this one. Oh, gee.
Just for the heck of it, just so everyone can see, I'm going to stop
Sure.
screen sharing for you, just so everyone can get a sense. I just pulled this up on Google Earth, and if you zoom back, you get a sense for where. So if you zoom back, this is the high school, and this is Long Hill Road. So it's on the left as you go up Long Hill Road, and obviously, go backs onto the Bishop's properties, and it looks to be pretty well isolated in terms of proximity. But I just figured I'd throw that out so everyone can get a sense of what we're looking at and where it is.
Correct.
We have a number of items to read into the record. This one is from Sonia Marino, November 17th, RE 1250, Long Hill Road, map 84, lot 10B, Guilford, Connecticut 06437, Ethan Miller Song Sanctuary. The application for an attached accessory apartment on the above referenced will increase the design flow from the building. The health department is working with the applicant and their agent, licensed septic installer, to complete soil testings to support expansion of their subsurface sewage disposal system. Also, as the soil test is complete, the health department will send up central system request to CT DPH Environmental Engineering Program, EEP. Older soil test records show favorable soil that will allow for the increase of leaching. The older soil testing also shows the property can handle 100% code complying area. Therefore, 19-13B100A has been met. The water test was completed April 14th, 2020. Health Department approval is contingent upon approval from CT DPA, Connecticut Department of Health, EEP. I'm not sure what EEP is. Please note that if the application changes to increase the amount of people working and visiting the sanctuary, then a revised application will be required for the health department. So that's all good.
That central exception is to allow for an accessory apartment in a detached structure to share the same septic system as the main dwelling, rather than having its own system.
Good. Scott, you want to grab the note from Kevin McGee?
Sure. This is November 17, 2020 to Guilford Planning and Zoning Commission from Kevin McGee, Environmental Planner. RE Special Permit, Kristen and Mike Song, 1250 Long Hill Road, Guilford, Connecticut, 06437, Assessor Map 84, Lot 10B. The Planning and Zoning Commission regulations regarding agriculture, section 273-243, allows for the increasing the unit of livestock by special permit, provided that generally accepted practices are followed as defined under the Connecticut Right to Farm Law, the Connecticut Department of Environmental Protection's Manual of Best Practice Management Practices for Agriculture, and the Connecticut Health Code. To meet the requirement of the regulation, a farm management plan was prepared by Mary Santagata of All the King's Horses Equine Rescue. The management plan addresses the health of the horses, supplemental feed, cleaning of the stalls and paddocks, manure management, and pasture management. The plan notes that manure is placed in a dumpster that is emptied every week and a half, and no manure is left on the property. The management plan, best management practices, if followed, would protect the site and on-site wetlands from soil erosion and runoff associated with the manure, waste, and horse activities. As a condition of approval of the special permit, I recommend 1, all manure be placed in a covered dumpster which is disposed of off-site. 2, that the number of animals be limited to 7 horses, 2 mini horses, and 3 goats. 3, a revised management plan should be submitted to the commission when property ownership changes.
Thank you very much. Sean, do you want to grab the note from Peter Perkins, Chair of the Guilford Agricultural Commission?
Sure. So this is dated November 17th from Peter Perkins, Chair, Guilford Agricultural Commission, regarding permit Kristen and Mike Song, 1250 Long Hill Road, Guilford, Connecticut, Assessor Map 84, Lot 10B. The Guilford Agricultural Commission, that's October 19th, 2020 meeting. The commission reviewed a request from Kristen and Mike Song regarding the farm management plan. Was prepared by Mary Setagaga, All the King's Horses Equine Rescue. The management plan, I'm assuming, means addresses health of horses, supplemental feed, cleaning of the stalls and paddocks, manure management, and pasture management. The management plan's best management practices, if followed, would protect the site and adjacent properties from soil erosion and runoff associated with manure waste. At the October 19th, 2020 meeting, the commission endorsed the management plan with the condition that no animals than the 7 horses, 2 mini horses, and 3 goats in a revised management plan should be submitted to the commission when property ownership changes.
Good. I don't think we have any other letters or town comments, do we, Aaron?
Not from town comments. I can say that as part of the application, the Songs did provide, I believe, multiple letters in support, and that is in your application packet. There's, I can share those if you'd like to read all of them. I can kind of scroll through them so that you can
If we could scroll through them, that would
see
be great.
them if that's
Just so we
helpful.
could just, for the record,
Yeah,
note.
these have been- Yep. Amanda Hugart is one, as a volunteer who is in support.
Mhm.
Kayla Law is another one here that is in support. Margaret Woodruff is also in support of this application.
And she's our neighbor.
Yes, at 1300 Long Hill.
Great.
Another one, Brandy Markovich is in support. Olivia Clark, another letter of support. Lisa Fround is also in support. Lori Fasano,
Mhm.
Christina Herrick is in support. Brittany Kenny is another. This is a 2-page from Brittany. And she's the barn manager.
Terrific. Great.
Okay.
Thank you. Are there any questions from commissioners with respect to this application?
Did you bring up the one about Sophia Marino?
Let me see.
Yes. Philip read it.
Oh, from Sonia? I'm sorry. I thought you said Sophia. Excuse me. Yes, Sonia Marino, our health director. Yes, we did read that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions from commissioners? Okay. Are there any clarifying questions from the audience, from attendees? Okay.
Have any guests, really? We have Sherry.
Would anyone like to speak in favor of this application? Would anyone like to speak against this application? I'm comfortable voting on this special permits without our Mike and we normally require 2 meetings for a special permit, but by a super majority of the Planning and Zoning Commission, we can waive that. I'm comfortable waiving the second meeting requirement, but I usually like to survey the commissioners just to make sure it's not me just driving the boat. Scott, are you okay with that?
Yes.
Alan?
Yes.
Thank you. Jamie?
Yes.
Richard?
Yes.
Sean?
Yes.
Frank?
Yes.
We will waive the second meeting. Would someone like to make a motion to close?
I'm
So
sorry.
moved.
Oh, hold on, we need to make a
Did
motion.
we have a motion for the waiving?
Yeah, I'll move the waiving.
Okay,
Second.
all right, a quick roll call vote. Scott Edmund,
Yes.
Alan Brown,
Yes.
Jamie Stein,
Yes.
Richard Wallace,
Yes.
Frank DeAndrea,
Aye.
Sean Cosgrove,
Yes.
and I will also vote to waive. Good. So we
I'll
waive that.
motion to close.
Actually, I think we should, don't we make our motion with respect to an approval? Or do we wait for that?
You'd close your.
Close the public hearing and
Close the
then
public hearing.
Okay, someone like to make a motion to close?
So moved.
So we go now.
second.
Thank you. Scott Ed,
Yes.
Alan Brown,
Yes.
Amy Stein,
Yes.
Richard Wallace,
Yes.
Frank DeAndrea,
Aye.
Sean Cosgrove.
Yes.
Okay, well, Mike,
Now it's time.
we'll quickly move because you're the only item that we actually have to act on with respect to public hearings. So would someone like to make a motion?
I have it here, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace.
Voted that the Guilford Planning and Zoning Commission approve a special permit application for Kristen and Mike Song at 1250 Long Hill Road, map 84, to allow a nonprofit philanthropic agricultural facility as described in an application dated 11/3/2020 and as heard at a public hearing on November 18th, 2020. The application is approved with the following conditions stipulated by Kevin McGee's memo, which echo the agricultural thing, recommendations. The application is approved based upon a finding that it conforms with the zoning code and is compatible with the surrounding neighborhood. The special permit is effective on November 27th, 2020, and upon filing with the town clerk.
Thank you very much. Would someone like to second that motion?
Second.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
I
Discussion?
actually had one quick question. Is this stipulation number 3, or the revising the management plan based on the property ownership change? Is that something that's typical?
So I guess if it's a different manager, they may, and they have a different plan. This one is on file, but I guess
I'm
historically,
just curious if it's been done in other special permits.
well, I guess because it runs with the land. So this one is in effect, and I think it's more that they just want to be able to follow up with any new owners to make sure that they're maintaining the property in the same condition.
And that they're aware of the conditions on the property,
Right.
On the special permits, et cetera. Okay.
So it's not necessarily a management change, it's an ownership change, right?
Yes,
Right.
Hmm.
That's what it says, yeah.
right. The special permit does run with the land, not just this particular, not just with the songs.
Terrific.
So what happens if they want to adjust their management plan?
They can, if it's something minor, they can come back and have an amendment. If it's something as easy as, the frequency of emptying their dumpsters, things like that, that may just be able to be discussed with the Agricultural Commission to get some recommendations. If it's something, anything, a change of number of animals or any major changes, then they would come back to you.
Okay.
Any other discussion from commission members? I'm going to call the vote then. Scott Edmund,
Yes.
Alan Brown,
Yes.
Jamie Stein,
Yes.
Richard Wallace,
Yes.
Frank DeAndrea,
Yes.
Sean Cosgrove,
Yes.
and I will also vote to approve this. Thank you for bringing this forward and good luck with all your hard work. We look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please come
welcome.
and visit us. Let us know if you want to come by.
Terrific.
By appointment.
All right. Now,
Not more than 3 cars at a time.
where's the appointment book? Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Pending
Okay.
applications, we have Leap Properties LLC, Mark Knapp. We're setting a public hearing date for December 2nd.
That's already been set.
It's already set. That's good.
Yeah, these 3 have already been set.
Okay, so this is just appraising us of what's coming up then. Helen Mayer, that's set
Exactly.
for the 16th, and Ocean Cove for the 16th. Good. Those are all set, correct?
Yes.
Good. New applications, Gary Burkle. Do we have to receive and set the public?
This one does need a set.
So this is Gary Burkle at 1249 Great Hill Road, map 121, lot 11-4, zone R8, special permit application for accessory apartment for section 273-19, receive and set public hearing date for 12/16/20. Would someone like to make a motion to do that?
So moved.
Second.
Scott Edmund,
Yes.
Alan Brown,
Yes.
Jamie Stein,
Yes.
Richard Wallace,
Yes.
Frank DeAndrea,
Yes.
John Cosgrove.
Aye.
We shall set it for the 16th. Town of Guilford, this is a site plan change. Town of Guilford, Guilford Lakes Course 200 North Madison Road, map 98, lot 1, zone R4, site plan application to pave existing parking lot, receive and request to take action. Is someone here to present on behalf of the Town of Guilford and the Guilford Lakes Golf Course?
Yes. Britt Merles is here on behalf of the Golf Commission.
I'm gonna ask to unmute you. Britt.
Hello,
Hi, welcome. Thank you.
thank you.
Tell us what you're doing.
I'm the chair for the Golf Commission and we are looking to have the course parking lot paved. It's pretty standard for a golf course. It protects the cleats on the golfers and the grounds on the putting green and the first tee box. And it's something that's really kind of long overdue. And we've tried the past 3 years to go through capital and we kept getting denied. But this year we did a fundraiser for it and we raised about 65% of it through fundraising and anonymous donations. And so the Board of Selectmen agreed to contribute the remaining balance, which was $6,800, provided that the P&Z board allows us to do it and says that it's fine.
As I understand it, Aaron, the surface that's down now is already defined as impervious, so we're not increasing any impervious surface area.
That's correct. It is compacted gravel. It's already considered impervious. I have a basic drawing, I think, here of the aerial photo, although, well, it's not wonderful, but I'll share it. It's highlighted, so it's a little challenging to see, but essentially this is North Madison Road, and I think this is Warpus, is that?
Marcus.
Yeah, I think it's,
Muppets.
Malpas, yeah, excuse me. And this is our existing paving area, and I think you're coming up alongside the building as well, Britt, is that correct?
So right now, that's what we have the bid for and that's what's approved. But in all honesty, one of the commission members is trying to get the paving company to donate the walkway upward to the first tee box. Yeah, right there.
Okay, well,
Aaron, I'm gonna steal your screen again for a sec.
for a better.
Which I think is already paved. It's just needs to be touched up for that walkway.
Once again, so this is the Guilford Lakes School. This is the golf course. Here's the parking lot.
And are you you're looking to do this fall or in the spring? Britt?
So the anonymous donation said that they will give us the money provided that we get it done by April. And the bid that we got, which was like almost $20,000 less than any other bid, said that they will hold that price for us until April 2021 as well. So sometime in the spring, but before the season opens, before
Okay.
April.
Plants open back up.
It'll depend on the weather though.
Yeah, once the asphalt plants close down, if it gets too cold, then.
Yeah.
They
Somewhat,
typically open in March.
do they?
Okay.
Good.
Any questions?
I think it's pretty straightforward. Does anyone have any questions? Do we need a motion on this one? Do we have one?
Yes. Do you
I
have it?
got it.
Okay,
Voted that the Guilford Planning and Zoning Commission approve a site plan revision for the Guilford Lakes Golf Course to pave the existing parking lot. There are no conditions. This application is approved based upon a finding that it conforms with the zoning code.
thank you very much. Would someone like to second that?
Second.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hold on, I can unshare this so we can all see each other.
I do have a question. If we can get that walkway paved as well, would that be okay?
That's fine. How far back does that go? Not the entire path.
It just goes to the first tee box. I'd say,
Is that currently the same kind of compacted gravel?
no, it is paved, I believe. I'm
Yeah.
90% sure off the top of my memory that it is paved. It's just that it's broken pavement and just needs to be redone.
So again, we're not adding any additional impervious surface.
Correct.
Correct.
That's how you're resurfacing it.
Right.
Yep. That would be maintenance. That's fine.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Good. I'll call the vote. We have a motion and we did have a second. So Sean Cosgrove.
Yes.
Thank you. Frank DeAndrea.
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Richard Wallace.
Yes.
Jamie Stein.
Yes.
Alan Brown.
Yep.
Scott Edmund.
Yes.
Congratulations. Have fun with your paving project.
Thank you. I hope you all come golf.
Absolutely.
Happy
Thank you, Brett.
Thanksgiving.
You too.
Other commission business we have correspondence.
We have a mandatory referral. I'm not sure where that lies. We did just want to give one staff update. The Board of Selectmen did approve all the land use departments work to revise their fee schedule. So we'll have some streamlining of land use fees, some balancing out of costs. Some are lower, some are a little bit higher to be consistent with our neighboring shoreline towns. So that was approved on Monday. And we look to have that hopefully effective as of December 26th. So that was a positive change.
Great. There are a bunch of letters.
Yeah, some of those don't apply to our,
A matter of fact, I think only one of them does, right?
so it
Mandatory
looks like that
referral.
whole packet was what was on the Board of Selectmen agenda for Monday. And really the only ones that are relevant to the commission is the mandatory referral under 8-24.
That's what she sent me.
letter.
All right. Well, I think the only one we need probably
Yes,
to read in is
so
the mandatory referral
this
from
one
Matt.
here.
I got that
Correct.
one too.
Okay. Dear Philip, in accordance with Connecticut General Statutes 8-24, I am forwarding the following request to you for your consideration at your November 18th, 2020 meeting. Mandatory referral. The Board of Selectmen at its November 16th, 2020 meeting recommended to the Planning and Zoning Commission under CGS 8-24 the following easements. Easements for the purpose of reconstructing Sawmill Road Bridge located at 131 Hubbard Road, 079009002B, and 165 Sawmill Road, 0800004, and to authorize First Selectman to execute all documents incidental to said easement acquisitions. Easements for the existing road storm drainage discharges at 885 Nut Plains Road, 0920008A02, and 2 Woodland Road, 057-20503. Period. Thank you for your consideration of this matter. Sincerely, Matthew T. Hoy, III, First Selectman.
So the Sawmill Bridge authorization, that 131 Hubbard is a town-owned property because it's actually not included in the right-of-way. The town has to grant itself an easement, and that's for drainage easements and structures. And the 165 Sawmill Road is privately owned, and the owner has already signed the easement language and authorized that. And that would be for structures on that property associated with the bridge. The following two for road storm drainage discharge, these were two subdivisions. 885 Nut Plains Road was Titan Properties, Kyle Samuel, and as part of the subdivision, Nut Plains Road will be, a town project. Nut Plains Road is set to be reconstructed, and there is an existing culvert that drains onto that property. And for maintenance and replacement of that culvert, the property owner had granted the town a drainage easement to allow that access. And so that's to formalize that easement. And the second one is to Woodland Road. This was lot number 1 associated with Long Hill Estates West from Vigliotti. And that again is another existing culvert that discharged onto the property and had a storm drain that extended onto the property. That drain has been removed, and they have granted an easement for that swale for maintaining town drainage. So these are just to formalize that.
Again, hold on, I'll do a quickie here on, just so people understand what we're looking at. This is the Guilford Vet right here. And the bridge is up.
Not sharing.
But you're not sharing yet.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Bill, sorry. Hey, Aaron, is Woodland Road off of Shore Drive? Is that in that area off of Woodland Road?
It is. It's off of Alpha. So this lot actually fronts on Long Hill Road, and that's where the easement is. But
Right.
it has access through the paper street of Woodland.
Oh, okay.
It's an extension.
So here's, just to orient yourself, here's Guilford Racket. Here's the I think it's the St. George Cemetery. I'm not.
It is St. George
So
Cemetery.
here's the Guilford Vet. And I think the bridge is right here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right as you go down
Yeah,
Sawmill
well,
Road.
see the water
Yeah.
There, you got it.
Okay,
right here. Yep.
good. All right. Just so we
That's
orient-
been on the, that's
in
been on the books for a while.
Yeah. You're right. So they're looking to get that out to bid as soon as possible.
Okay. And do we have a motion on this yet? Alan, you want to grab the motion on this one?
Yeah, okay. Voted that the Guilford Planning and Zoning Commission approve a mandatory referral pursuant on section 8-24 of the CGS as described in the letter from the Board of Selectmen dated November 17th, 2020. The commission finds that the proposal activity is in conformance with the plan of the conservation and development.
Thank you. Someone like to second that?
Second.
Great. Any discussion? I'll call the vote then. Scott Edmund,
Yes.
Alan Brown,
Yes.
Jamie Stein,
Yes.
Richard Wallace,
Yes.
Frank DeAndrea,
Yes.
John Cosgrove,
Yes.
and I will also vote. Very good. I did have a chance to review the minutes and they appeared to be substantially correct to me. Did anyone else have a chance to take a peek at them?
As did I also, Mr. Chairman.
Good. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion.
Thank you, Alan.
Second.
Good. Call the vote. Sean Cosgrove,
Yes.
Frank DeAndrea.
Aye.
I will vote yes. Richard Wallace,
Yes.
Jamie Stein,
Yes.
Alan Brown,
Yes.
Scott Edmund.
Yes.
With no further business before the Planning and Zoning Commission, would someone like to make a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to close.
Second.
Very good. All in favor, raise your hands. Good.
Thank you all.
Very good. Thanks, guys. Aaron,
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
take care, everyone. We'll
That's
see
what
you,
Dave's gonna-
we'll see you in December.
Stay safe, stay safe.
Yeah, exactly. Share turkey with a minimal amount of people if you can. Aaron,
Yep.
I will swing by tomorrow and sign the Mylars.
Okay, it's on my drafting table. I will be remote tomorrow,
All right,
but
so
the marker is there and
will Lisa be there?
yes,
Okay, so.
Yep.
she
you can go right in. It's right on the draft. It's open on the drafting table with the marker.
Terrific.
All right.
Thank you again,
Thank you.
everyone. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.